Hey y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. Anyways, I literally just recorded like a whole hour video to have to turn around and go back over it again. That's what I'm doing now because I didn't have the mic turned on. Okay, so I literally just sat here and just talked for an hour and didn't record a word that I was saying. But anyways, okay, I want to go over this with y'all, okay? I just want to let y'all know how I feel like things happen on that lower level, okay? And I want to discuss this and go over this because I have a request from a subscriber who's been with me since day one, and she's asking me to please go back over the footage of the fight in the hallway, okay? I'm sure most of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all, I'm sure, don't know. There was definitely some type of altercation in the fight. In the hallway in front of a doorway. Okay? A doorway that leads to employee hallways and or to the kitchens and all of that. Okay? All of that stuff back there connects. Okay? So she's asking me to please go back over that and explain it again. Because there's a lot of people who aren't understanding it, or whatever. So she's asked me to go back over it, okay? But before I go over that, I would like to explain to y'all what I feel like and how I feel like things happen on the lower level, okay? And even why I even feel like they were down there. Okay? So I'm just going to go through this. It probably won't take the whole hour like it did the first time, okay? Because I'm just going to be going back over my pre-recorded video, and I've got some notes here. So, okay, the thing is, like I said, what I talk to y'all about and show y'all in this video has a lot to do with my next video, okay? But it also will give some insight into what I think happened or how I think it happened, or like I said, even why I think they're on the lower level, okay? Because like a lot of y'all know, that kitchen where she was found at, the freezer she was in, was on the upper level, okay? It was not on a lower level. It was on the level where the lobby is, okay? Yes, that's where you enter the hotel at, is that main level right there. But if you go down a floor, that's how you get to the lower level, okay? She was found up in the Caddyshack restaurant, which at that point in time, in 2017, Caddyshack was being remodeled. It wasn't even Caddyshack at that time. It was going to be Caddyshack. It was being turned into Caddyshack. So they were remodeling the restaurant. They were remodeling the kitchen, doing all of that. All of it was under construction, and all of that stuff was off limits. Okay? So, like I said, let's talk about the lower level and why she was down there, okay? The only logical reason to go on that lower level would be to go to that kitchen, okay? To that kitchen where she was at. And the reason I say that is because if you go to the Caddyshack restaurant, if you were to try to enter that restaurant from the main level where the lobby is, okay, you have a few things against you which could prevent them from getting Kenneka in there, okay? Because you got to understand, when they had her, okay, when they were walking around with her, she was, I don't believe that she was dead to begin with, okay? I don't believe that they were just walking around with a body, okay? That's not what I think. I think that it happened later on, in the process of them getting her to that freezer, or she could have literally taken her last breath in that freezer and officially died in the freezer, okay? But the thing is, you have to look at it like this, okay? There's multiple ways to enter that kitchen, and there's multiple ways to enter the restaurant if you needed to. But first off, it's under construction, okay? So it's not like it was even an open, active restaurant in the hotel at that time. It was a closed down restaurant that was being remodeled and under construction. So when it's under construction, it's automatically what? Off limits, okay? It's a construction site. It's off limits to people because it's hazardous, okay? It could be dangerous. So you have to understand, in situations like that, even if it wasn't under construction, it's going to be only be certain people that have access to this restaurant. Like every employee in the hotel isn't going to have access to that, okay? So first off, you have a non-working restaurant shut down under construction, okay, area that you need a key to get to, okay? You need some type of authorized entrance. Like you need some sort of employee to let you in, like a manager or the owner, or you need someone who has a top, or even maybe security, okay? Even security, all right? Because they have keys to stuff because they have to access things to be able to go and check and stuff like that, okay? So, but what I'm saying is not everybody has access to that, okay? Then you have to look at the layout of the hotel. You have a couple ways from the elevator, okay, that they could have gotten her into the caddy shack. They could have either gotten off of the elevator, walked outside, took her in through outside, okay? That could have happened, okay? But we see them roaming in the halls and all of that with Kenneka. And I say we see them because we don't believe that image is Kenneka, okay? It's too much going on inside of that image. You see images within images. You see what's really underneath the bigger picture, okay? You see what's going on underneath that image of Kenneka, okay? So I don't believe that they had her outside. And then, like I said, y'all, this is what I feel. This is what I think. I'm not knocking anybody's theory. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. This is what I think at this point in time, as of today, this is what I feel like happened to her. Okay? If I were to find out different information or see other things or discover new things, then I could, change my theory or whatever. Okay? But this is my theory, and this is what I feel like happened. Okay, this is how I feel like it went down. All right. So they, like I said, from the elevator, they could have, they could have taken her outside and taken her around and gone inside the restaurant or inside of the, maybe broken into the restaurant. They could have gone inside of a side door somehow and somehow eased her on into the kitchen, okay? But logically, we have to look. Like I said, you got to look at it from this standpoint, from a logical standpoint, and you have to realize that in order for them to get in there, they had to have some type of employee connection. They had to have a connection with an employee to make all of this happen, okay? Because the way that they went the lower level, okay? That's the easiest way to get to that kitchen when you want to avoid customers or other employees, okay? They could have easily taken Kenneka out of the elevator on the main lobby and down the food court hallway, and yeah, they could have entered the kitchen through there. They could have even gone down through the downstairs with the escalator and the stairs and took her on in the kitchen and then turned around and went right back up. Okay? There's multiple ways that they could have done it. But does it make sense? No. Considering that they're planning on killing someone or that they have an unconscious drugged girl with them? No, it doesn't make sense. The way that they went makes sense. Okay? And it makes sense because the way that they went, I feel like they were given directions to do so. Okay, they were told exactly the way that they needed to get to the kitchen because, or I'm sorry, let me say, I feel like they took exactly the directions on how to get to the Caddyshack freezer, okay? Because there were other ways that they could have gotten there, but they didn't take those ways, okay? Even going through the hallways, there's other routes that they could have taken. There were shortcuts they could have taken, but did they? No. It's literally like they were told to go a certain way, and that's the way that they went. They were looking for a way on how to get her up there, okay? And I'm going to explain to y'all in just a second. Okay, I've got a couple videos that I want to show y'all, and one of them is a walkthrough that shows certain things, okay, that I'm going to point out to y'all. All right. So let me just look back at my notes here. Okay, we got to realize this, okay? If she's drunk and if she got off on the wrong floor, okay, I could understand her getting lost, all right? But, however, she wouldn't have kept walking in and out of kitchens. It just does not make sense, right? I mean, even if she was sober, she wouldn't be walking in and out of kitchens trying to find her way out. You understand what I'm saying? If you're lost and you're trying to find your way off of that floor, you're going to take stairs, you're going to take an escalator, you're going to turn in the opposite direction and hope that you find the elevator you just came off of. Like, you're going to do something different than go in and out of kitchens, okay? So that right there, with that being said, it just, like I said, it just does not, that right there just goes to show she was not alone, okay? Because if she was alone, she would be showing signs of maybe fear. If you're drunk or you're high, usually that intensifies your feelings, okay? If you're scared or you're mad, usually it intensifies those things, okay? Especially if you're scared and you're in a hotel and you can't find your way out, like you're lost and you're drunk, we're going to see something on a camera. We're not going to see her walking around looking like she has her eyes closed and stumbling around, okay? Does that make sense? No, not at all. But her being guided through that hallway makes a lot of sense, okay? And like I say, you know, this footage and stuff that they've produced for us doesn't make sense. So we have to make sense. We have to make it make sense. We got to look at it and make sense out of it, okay? This is what we are given, and this is what we have to go by, okay? So what does make sense, though, is for whoever was carrying her to get lost, all right? Especially if they were given directions and they're looking for certain things, okay? I feel like this is what I feel like they were told, okay? I feel like whatever employee, whoever gave them keys or whatever, okay, whoever gave them access and told them where to put her, because you got to understand now, we're talking about young adults here, okay? I want to say kids, okay, because in my eyes, Kenneka was 19. She's a kid, okay? But in all reality, legally, we're talking about young adults, okay? These young adults did not know their way around this hotel. All right? I don't believe that they knew their whole way around there, cuz I feel like if they knew their way around the hotel like the back of their hand, they would have done some things differently, but they didn't. All right? Now, I feel like whoever told them to go put Kenneka in the Caddyshack freezer, I think this is how it went down, okay? Regardless of whether it was planned, whether it was plotted, whether it was an accident, whether it was a joke, a game, an initiation, it doesn't matter what the reason was at this point, okay? And I say that because what I'm trying to get across, it doesn't matter what the reason was. Okay, yes, the reason of what happened to her is very important, so don't twist my words. I mean, right now, the reason of them doing all of that. No matter what the reason was of them, why they needed to get her in that freezer, there were so many other freezers in other areas they could have disposed of her at, okay? The thing is, though, whatever their reason was for putting her there, somebody told them where to put her. You got to understand, any route that they took, they passed multiple freezers. They passed multiple coolers. They passed multiple hiding spots. They went in a bathroom, for God's sakes. Like, there's so many areas, if they wanted to just get rid of her, they could have done that. But I don't think that's how it went down. Okay? All right. I feel like whatever happened, there's definitely an employee involved, okay? And I mean, we've gone through this. We've gone through this so many times over the last 2.5 years. But a lot of people still don't understand. A lot of people still want to think, oh, that's sad. She was drunk. She walked in a freezer and she just sadly died. It's tragic, okay? That's not what happened, all right? Then you got some people who feel like, yeah, her friends put her there, they set her up, or whatever the case is, okay, they set her up or they accidentally killed her, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they feel like the friends did something and they just needed somewhere to put her body, okay? And they happened to just throw her in a freezer, okay? That didn't happen either. Like I said, who in their right mind kills somebody, roams around a hotel with a body, on multiple hallways, in and out of kitchens, okay, to literally go through a kitchen that has so many freezers and coolers, walk-ins, areas to stash anything and everything, doorways, all kinds of stuff. But what do? They go up on the second, right back up to the second floor where they just came from, to the main floor right where they just came from, to put her body in a constructed, shut down kitchen in a freezer that's supposed to be not even working. Okay? Does any of that make sense to you? No, it doesn't make sense to me either, and it doesn't make sense because that's not what happened. Okay? That's not what happened. So regardless of the fact of what they did to her, they knew where to put her because someone told them where to put her. They were able to access it because someone gave them access. All right? I don't even feel like they took her up the stairs. I feel like they took her through that kitchen. They took her down the halls. They took her through that first kitchen to look for, I think they were trying to take her inside of the freight elevator to get her to the upper kitchen. Okay? To me, that seems like the easiest way, the most logical way, and really the only way to get a body or a person who is unconscious or drugged or whatever, okay? Because you got to understand, even if you're drugged, if you're not able to move around and if you're intoxicated heavily, you're going to be heavier, okay? So I think that would be real hard to carry upstairs. I don't think that's what happened. I really believe they took her in that freight elevator, and that would explain why her clothes and her hair and everything else would be so dirty. There was debris all in her hair. There were food particles all on her pants, stains, everything else. Okay? It does not look right. Okay? It doesn't even look like they drug her. I mean, yes, I believe that they drug her down the hall to a certain extent because I think at that point, I think she was unconscious, and drugged. Okay. The thing is, all right, I think it went down, like that. Okay. I think it went down like they were taking her for whatever reason. Okay. And I think that when they got her off of that elevator, all right, I hope I'm not losing y'all. It's just I'm trying to remember how I was going through this in the other video, okay, this pre-recorded video that I have to show y'all. The thing is, I don't think I was supposed to show y'all that yet. Let's see here. Okay, like I said, I feel like they were trying to get her to the freight elevator, okay? And I think they were following directions that they were given by this employee, all right? Whoever that is, okay? The thing is, I feel like when she got off of that elevator, okay, I believe that she was still alive. I think she was still alive when she got off the elevator. Do I think she was alone? No. I don't think she was alone at all. Okay? I feel like I said, she was brought down here to this lower level for a reason to go back up into that specific kitchen. I think that when she got off the elevator, I believe that she might have been unconscious, or, she was just very unalert, okay? I feel like she was aware of what was happening. I feel like she was aware that something was going on and something wasn't right. I believe that she knew something was about to happen to her. You got to look at all the clues. We have texts that she sent. I'm ready to go. We could hear her on a lot of different audios, like, I'm not feeling this, I'm ready to go. Like her tone of voice, like she just wasn't feeling that party at all, okay? She knew something. Either somebody was there that she didn't get along with, or she knew something was about to go down, okay? But whatever it was, I know that she knew something wasn't right, all right? Now, I feel like when they got off of that elevator with her, like I said, I think that she was just very out of it. And I feel like once they reached a certain point, well, when they got off that elevator, okay, you got to understand, when you get off the elevator and you go straight, okay, you go straight up that ramp, all right, and you continue to go straight, all right, right after Kenneka got out of our view, right after she got off the elevator, to her right is brown double doors, okay? To her left is the hallway. Right in front of her is the wall. That's the end of the hallway. All right? When you get to the end of the hallway where the elevator is, you have to go right or left. If you go right, you go through double doors, which is a hallway. It's like a storage area, or like it's just a hallway that has a lot of stuff, I guess, that they store. Okay? Then you can go left and you'll go down the hall, which also leads to a kitchen, and it also leads to the escalators and the stairway, okay, which in return leads back upstairs, all right? So we got to look at this. Here, let me show y'all. I hate that this thing did not record everything I was saying, but that's okay, though. I'm going to do my best and try to get through this and show y'all like this. Okay, but this video that I'm showing y'all real quick, just to give a shout out to the correct person. This video came from Thika's page, or YouTube channel, and the title is "Woman Rewalks Kenneka Jenkins' Final Moments in Crown Plaza Hotel." I don't know if it's still on YouTube. Excuse me, I don't know if it's still on here. I downloaded this years ago. When she first put it up, I downloaded it because at that time a lot of videos were getting removed, and I'm very thankful that I did download it because there's a lot of useful information in this particular video. Okay, I know there's a lot of walkthroughs, but the heck, okay, in this particular one it shows things that I haven't seen in other walkthroughs. Okay, let's see, I don't know exactly what I'm getting to. Okay, on this video, okay, let me just show y'all real quick. Alright? Sorry, just bear with me, okay, because I got a little lost just now. This right here, this is what I'm talking about, okay? This is where the fight is in the brown doorways, okay? And I'm going to show y'all in a minute, like when Kenneka gets off the elevator and how you can run into those brown doors, okay? over here to the right. See where my cursor is? Over here. This is where the elevator is. The elevator and all that is down this way. The elevator, that ramp that she's walking up and all of that, okay? She ends up right here. There's a brown doorway right here to her right. And then if she comes to her left right here, this would be her door, the hallway. Alright, so this is the fight in the hallway. I'm just going to show y'all real quick, just a very short clip. It's like maybe 30 seconds or something. But it's just a short clip of what I'm going to be touching base on in my next video. Okay, but this is very important for y'all to understand this, what I'm showing you, and what I'm talking about, okay? Because it's merging. I'm telling y'all about what I think happened on that lower level and why I think they were there, okay? So just look at this real quick, and then I'll get back to explaining. See, and this video right here, this right here was released when Kenneka was first found in the freezer, okay? And it was around the time when we got footage, all right? But it was before we got the 36-hour footage, I'm pretty sure. So this right here, I don't know if it's, you know, like camera footage that someone like brightened up all the way, or if it was something that was leaked, okay? And I say that because if we look at it, it's very bright. The footage that we have from Rosemont is extremely dark on this hallway. All right, and it's going to make a lot of sense throughout this video that I'm making, that I'm on right now with y'all. It'll make more sense as to why it's so dark. There's a lot of things that happened on this particular hallway. I feel like on this hallway, I think that this is where Kenneka went through a whole lot on this hallway. Okay, this is where things got real bad. All right, and it started at this doorway down here. Okay, so just watch this, and then I'll explain to y'all in depth a little bit more. And it zoomed all the way in now to the end of this hallway. Okay, but you can literally see fighting. Some people like to say it's pixels, but pixels don't look like that. Okay. Yeah, you can see her down on the ground. Okay. Like I said, though, I'm not getting into too much depth in that. In this video, okay, because that's not what this video is about. But I wanted to show y'all that, okay, because whenever y'all hear me talk about a fight at the end of the hallway, that is what I'm referring to, okay? But what I want to show y'all is this right here, okay? This is going to show, like, from the elevator to that door, okay? So, let's see here. Okay, so this is, like I said, this right here, this is a video from Kenneka, and it does show a walkthrough. There's a lady that went in here not long after Kenneka was found. Okay, hold on, let me... Okay, see, okay, now she's getting off the elevator. Alright, walking down the hall where we see Kenneka stumbling around. Okay, this is the hallway now where we see Kenneka getting off the elevator and stumbling around, running into walls, and all sorts of stuff, okay? which would make me believe that, like I said, she was drugged. She was getting heavy. You know, she could have even been starting to resist them, okay? Like I said, I feel like she was, I don't feel like she was dead. I feel like she was still alert enough to know what was going on. I just think that she was too messed up. I don't think that she was able to really do anything about it, you know, to a certain extent until she realized, like, hey, like, this is real. This is really about to happen. And I think she started fighting back. And I think that once she got down this hallway to this brown door, I think that's when she probably really started to fight them. She was either able to put up a fight, or maybe that's when she had just kind of snapped and was like, you know, wow, like, you know, it's really about to happen. It's really about to go down, and I'm not going down like this, you know, and started fighting them, okay? Because we can clearly see there's a fight going on at the end of that hallway, okay? So here we go. We're going down the hall, off the elevator. I'm trying to get it right so we can see the lady walk in. Just let it play. Okay. What the hell? Hold on. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is really, it's really annoying that it didn't record earlier. Okay, so she's walking down the hall. Here's the brown doors. Okay. This is the brown doors now where we see the fight happening in front of. Okay. Now I need to just throw a piece of important information in here. Okay. We don't see that at a certain time in the footage. It's literally there throughout the entire 36 hours of footage, okay? And like I've told y'all before, and I explained in my other video, my last video, that sometimes, okay, when you're trying to take footage out, okay, sometimes, especially if you're in a rush and you're trying to do things quick, you have to literally insert it somewhere else, okay? It's like they had to insert this somewhere, or they had to try to cover it up. They didn't insert it anywhere. I believe that it happened right here. I think they just had to try to cover it up as much as they could, okay? But to make it look not so obvious, all right? Because literally, when this footage first hit, everybody was saying, oh my God, look, somebody popped out from the brown doors and this and that and all of this. People kept seeing someone at this brown door and the ones that are over by the stairway where we see her stumbling. Okay. And that's because there were things going on. But when they issued the 36-hour footage to everybody, well, when they released it, they missed a lot. Okay, they missed a lot of stuff, and there were a lot of things that they did not cover up, and they had to cover up that, like I said, they didn't have a lot of time. They had to rush. None of this is a professional job at editing. None of it. Okay, it's a terrible job, and I'm glad that they did do such a bad job, because at least we're able to get answers, and we're able to find out things that really happened to her, rather than it just being ruled an accident and just leaving it at that, because we have nothing else to go by. But so I am very thankful, though, that they did not do a professional job at this, okay? But this is the brown door. These are the brown doors right here where that fight is happening at, okay? And the lady's going to go up to the door in a minute, and she's going to show us the inside, and it's a hallway, okay? And I just want y'all to look, because like I said, all of this stuff is important, okay? Every piece of information is important, because like I said, there's other ways they could have gotten to the kitchen besides the way that they went. Okay? So if you look in here, yeah, there's boxes and stuff, but you can see there's a doorway, so it's a hall, and it's a hall with this red piping and stuff like that. This stuff connects all around to the lower level. Every single thing on that lower level connects. All right, the kitchen is connected to all the hallways, the laundry room, all that stuff is connected. You literally have a halls that you walk through, and you can go through like this set of double doors and you'll be in the kitchen. You go through this set of doors, you're in a laundry room. Like there's different areas, but they're all connected, okay? So once again, if they knew where they were going and they, if they knew where they were going, they would have taken her there other ways, not the way that they went. The way that they went just goes to show that they were told where to go. All right? They were told where to go. So, let's see. When this lady right here turns around from here, okay, when she turns around, we see that hallway, okay? This hallway, right? So, let's see. Okay, which is also this hallway. All right, same thing. Okay, this is from the camera view, and the one that I just showed you is from the lady who's walking through the hall. All right, now this video right here is pork wontons, Kenneka pushed and carried down hallway. Okay, I'm not going through this video in this. I just used it as reference, okay? But the thing is, all right, y'all, what I was trying to get at is, all right, look, right over here, okay, right over here is that brown doorway, okay? I feel like that's where the fight happened, all right? I feel like that's where they first started fighting her in these hallways, was over here in this brown doorway, okay? Now, if you look, let me see what I'm trying to show in this thing. Okay, now if you look over here, okay, this lady, pork wontons, okay, on her video, she's just trying to show where, it looks like there was some type of altercation right here in this spot, okay? Like I said, this hallway has a lot of activity on it. It's got a lot of action, a lot of activity going on it, okay? That's why we don't see it so bright. Yeah, from this angle, it's pretty bright, okay? But from the other angle, it's very dark. But from the clip that I showed you of the fight, see how bright it was? That's why I said, I wonder if it was leaked information or leaked video footage, because it's a different color. Now, however, I mean, anybody could have gotten it and they could have brightened it up, but we've never, ever, except for that one clip, we've never seen anywhere else where that fight is that clear, okay? And like I said, when they issued the footage to us, and when they when they released pictures and footage and all this, they messed up a lot of stuff. They released a lot of things that shouldn't have been released. I mean, I know we all remember the pictures of Kenneka in the freezer. We shouldn't have seen all that. But those were things that they hurried up and blacked out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't have, if she wasn't attacked, why'd she have bite marks on her? Like, those are things that should have been covered up. They messed up a lot of stuff when they released all this. And like I said, I'm glad that they did, because we saw a lot of things that we shouldn't have seen, which goes to show that she didn't do all this by herself, okay? But about this hallway right here, like I said, I think that in front of that doorway, that's where everything started turning bad real quick, okay? Maybe they were supposed to take her through that brown doorway, and maybe that's where she started fighting them at. I don't know. They could have been doing it to try to avoid people. But then you have to realize that they could have just taken the service door that's on the elevator, okay? Because we do know that that elevator that she came out of has two doors on it, okay? You have a door that leads out into on the lower level in the conference halls, and you have the other door, which would be behind you, that opens, which leads to those back hallways that lead to the kitchens, the laundry rooms, all of that, okay? Now you have to think like this. Once again, we got to think logical, all right? For someone who is planning on doing something to someone or planning on doing something with a body, okay, whatever it is that you're doing, you don't want to be seen, all right? So if I'm in a place, if I'm somewhere, like say if I were in this hotel and I'm doing something that I don't have no business doing and I'm trying to hide what I'm doing, okay, if I was on that particular elevator, if no one told me where to go, and I'm on an elevator and I'm trying to look for somewhere to hide her, my first instinct would be to go out those back doors and put her in one of those laundry bins. Like, I mean, that's called maybe logically thinking. I don't know if you can really think too logical when you're trying to think like a criminal, but that's as logical as it can get. You're going to do the quickest thing or the closest thing to you. You're not going to want to roam around a hotel you know nothing about and then just happen to, after going through multiple kitchens and passing so many freezers and refrigerators or coolers, you just happen to find yourself in some abandoned kitchen and just say, oh, well, this is a nice place. I think I'll just put her in here. That's a bunch of crap, okay? Just like it's a bunch of crap that she walked in there alone and just happened to take a seat inside of a freezer, okay? And if the freezer wasn't working, what, you mean to tell me she plugged it up, turned it on, and decided to sit in there and cool off? No. That's a bunch of crap. It's a lie, okay? But what is logical, like I said, is that they were given directions on how to get there, and they were simply following the directions that they were given, okay? Now, the thing is, let's see. Okay, also, how else would they know where to put her? If someone didn't tell them where to go, how would they know where to go? You also have to understand that on this hallway, okay, up here to the left, if you're walking down this hallway, to your left is the escalators and the stairs, all right? Like I said, from that main lobby level, they could have taken her that way and, they could have taken her that way to the caddy shack, but they didn't. They could have gone down this way where the escalators and stairs are. They could have taken a shortcut. There's literally that little hall right there where the kitchen is, and the freight elevator and the stairs and all of that. They could have literally gone straight there and took her on in there, and that would have been that. But did they? No. What did they do? They took the long way. They went straight, went through a kitchen, continued to walk straight, went around some tables, went around, came out of the kitchen through the other side, roamed around a little bit, and then went back in, and then ended up in the final kitchen where the freezer is, where she was found, okay? So that's what leads me to believe that they were told where to go, okay? Because it looks to me like they were looking for whatever they were told. They were looking for exactly what they were told to do. You know what I'm saying? That would be the reason why they would be roaming around. All right, I hope y'all are following me. I hope I'm not losing any of y'all on any of this. But I am going to do like a live, so that way I'll be in the chat with y'all. That way if y'all get confused, I can help y'all understand a little bit more in the chat. Okay? Also, let's see. I think they got the brown door. Okay. Okay, also, in the middle of this hallway, alright, in the middle of this hallway, alright, I'm just going to play this real quick because I think I'm going to get to that eventually, to what I'm about to explain to y'all now. In the middle of this hallway, okay, there's been multiple things that have happened, okay? We got to understand that in this part of the footage, when we see her, okay, we see her come around here, all right? We have to remember now that brown door is right here, okay? We see her come around here. This is where an altercation is happening. Okay, we can't see it from this camera, but there's an altercation happening at the brown door. We see her come around, and we see her go like this, and at that same point when she goes like this, now her pants change color. Okay, we cannot forget that. Okay, I've shown y'all in a video. I tried to look for it. I can't find it. It's somewhere on my page. But her pants literally change from blue to black. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no arguing about that. It's plain as day. Her pants change from blue to black. Okay? Now, the thing is, when she goes straight down this way, this is where she stumbles around a little bit and disappears, right? Okay? Now, some people have said that it looks like she's being pushed. It looks like she's being pulled. It looks like she's being shoved. Possibly they're dropping her. Okay, I'm about to tell y'all what I think is happening. All right. Also, when she goes out of sight, that's when we see her pop up from this angle. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Oh, pop up from this angle right here. Okay. This is the angle we see her, like, she literally just pops up right here, okay? And that's because, I'm going to explain to y'all, that's because the cameras can only see a certain distance or whatever. They're only set to go a certain distance, which is why you have cameras on each end of the hallway, okay? You have one that's recording this direction, and then the one that's up here, you have recording this direction, okay? So we have to realize that she pops up right here. Okay, she's still doing the same thing. She's still stumbling. And I'm going to show y'all she's... Well, if it'll... Let's see. Okay, maybe we're not to that part yet. But she starts stumbling. And see, look, stumbling, kind of tripping around. She even, like, runs into a wall and all of that right there. Okay. What I feel like is happening, all right, I feel like Kenneka, okay, I don't think she's alone right here. Like I said, I believe that there's people with her and they're taking her to the freezer. All right. I think that after Kenneka started putting up the fight over here in front of the brown doors, they thought they had her pretty much, calmed down. They were trying to hurry up and get her to this kitchen. I feel like right here in this area, okay, at the same time of her disappearing and popping back up right here and all of that, I think she was putting up a little fight. All right. I think right there is where she put up another fight. I believe, like I said, over here is the escalators and the stairs. Okay. I wonder if maybe, once again, Kenneka was trying to get help. I wonder if she was trying to get away. Was she trying to escape? Trying to get to the stairs or the escalator. The escalator is literally right there. All you have to do is just literally run up the escalator. Like, you could run in this direction and jump right on the escalator and go up. Okay? The thing is, I feel like, once again, she had a chance to get away, and I think she tried. And I really feel like I feel like they started fighting her again. And I feel like she was putting up a fight right here in the middle of this hallway. Okay? Now, I don't know if y'all remember, okay, but a long time ago, me and Straight Drop did videos on this, okay? I know Straight Drop did a video and I cleared up some pictures or whatever. I'm going to go and do it again with some different software and try to put it in motion. But the thing is, in his video, okay, I don't know if it was a glitch or if it was, or whatever. Okay, the thing is, there were multiple people right here, okay, in this part of the hallway. And it looked like they were fighting Kenneka. And there were people literally laying on the floor, okay, but it was looking from this direction. It was looking from the opposite direction. It was looking from, let me go back to this one, ladies. Let's see. Nope. Okay, it was looking from this direction. So literally, it was like looking at this footage, and down here is where all of this stuff was going down at, okay? And it literally looked like people were laying down on the ground and all of that, okay? Now, do y'all remember the piece of footage that is from this angle, okay? And there was literally a man standing right here with people laying on the floor. And one of them looked very much like Kenneka. Okay? This is important, y'all. This is very important to all of this. Okay? Because it really looks like she was trying to fight. She was trying to get away. But they would not let her. Like, they were determined to take her to this freezer for whatever reason, okay? Whatever the reason was, they were determined to get her there. They were not letting her go. They weren't doing any of that. And I really feel like these 2 times right here in front of this brown doorway and right here in the middle of the hall, I really feel like she was putting up a fight and she was trying to get away from them. That picture, I know I have a picture of this angle right here with the person standing right here, and there were bodies laying down in the hall. I know that I have that picture, and I know I have footage. I have it somewhere on one of my computers, on somewhere on any of my drives. Like, I've got so many pictures and so much footage and so many different clips, and I have so much stuff, okay? And I have to find it. I was looking for it before I did this, but I mean, it's taken me hours just to get this done. Like I said, I mean, I literally recorded an hour and 13-minute video, and we're seeing exactly what got recorded. Nothing that I was saying was recorded on there, so that's why I'm having to redo it. But it's taken me all day to do this, so to look for extra pictures would take so much longer because I have way too many. Okay, but if any of y'all have the picture and know what I'm talking about, please send it to me, okay? Because that is very important. And I know that a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. It was literally from this angle of the hallway. It happened right around here. These things aren't just in this footage for no reason, okay? And even if one area was a glitch and the other one wasn't, the same things aren't going to show up. You know, y'all, like I said, we got to think logical, right? And this is what makes sense. Okay. So, like I said, I think she put up a fight right there. You know, and that's where all that stuff happened. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure, trying to see what else I need to get to before I go to the next part. Okay. And like I said, once again, okay, I really feel like they were told where to go, okay, because I'm going to show y'all, hold on, let's see if this lady's video, okay, she's going to walk, and she's going to show us we're going to see the stairs and the escalator with her walking, okay. Now, you got to understand, they could have easily, especially after Kenneka started fighting them and everything else, they could have easily turned down that little hall right there where she started fighting them again, okay, right here in the middle. They could have turned right down there and took those doors to that kitchen and said, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with all this mess. Let's hurry up and get rid of her and put her in here. This is the shortcut. But they did not do that. They didn't do that. All right? Which still supports my thoughts and what I believe, that they were told where to go. Okay? They were following directions. They didn't know anything else to do. They didn't know where else to go. They were doing what they were told. Okay? Let's see. I think I'm about to show you something right here. Okay. Okay, I want to show y'all. Before y'all enter that kitchen, okay? Remember the first kitchen that we saw her walk into? It's called the lower level kitchen, LL kitchen. It's when she's walking in, and it looks like somebody's behind her, and we see like the silver table with the white thing down the middle, and there's like a big fan in there and all that. Okay. right when you first enter those double doors, okay, this is what you're in. You're in like a hallway. You're in a hallway before you enter the main kitchen, okay? So just look. It's just taking a minute because for some reason, as you can see, it says I was blocked. Like, I don't know how I'm blocked from that. I haven't been blocked from looking at the footage on the website. Okay. Now this is, like I said, this is past them brown doors, okay? Right before you enter the kitchen. Now look, okay? When you enter those brown doors and you go to that hallway, okay, once again, they could have easily, if they knew where they were going, once they entered those brown doors, they could have said, okay, let's go this way, and the freight elevator's over here. But did they do that? No. They continued to what? Go straight through here and go through the kitchen and do all this roaming around and circling the kitchen and stuff, okay? Signs of being lost. And I'm not talking about Kenneka being lost. Whoever had her they were looking for something. They were looking for that freight elevator to take her up there in. That's really what I feel like. There's no other explanation of them just going around in circles with a person who's just getting heavier and heavier. Like, none of that inviting them. None of that makes sense, right? So once again, we got to make sense out of things that don't make sense. Okay? So, see, look, I mean, there's even coolers right here. They could have just stuck her in one of these little portable freezers and called it a day. But they didn't do that. Look at the red piping. White walls, red piping. Remember now, that's how that door, remember those brown doors where the boxes were? That's the same kind of ceiling and outline. That's the same things, okay? Yes, it's on the same floor and all that, but what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is it's all connected. All of that is connected, all right? There could have been other ways to get her where they needed to go without going through the halls, all right? But once again, they knew how to get there because they were doing exactly what they were told, all right? Okay, I'm just trying to see what else I'm about to pull up. I know I'm about to pull up the freight elevator, I believe. Okay, now this right here, see, this is the freight elevator, okay? Now, over here is the stairs. If you go through here, okay, because you see there's metal right here, in between here is an opening. You can enter the kitchen and stuff through there, all right? You got to understand, man, there's so many different ways they could have got to this freight elevator, but they did not do it, okay? And that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. See, they could have even gone through there. They could have gone through there. There's freezers back there. There's a whole nother area of a kitchen back there. They could have easily gone through there, but they didn't, all right? That's because they needed to get that freight elevator to take them up to the front, or up to the top. And like I said, y'all, okay, look at this elevator, okay? Just looking at it, all right, we know it's a freight elevator, okay? But to someone who is maybe anywhere between the ages of, say, 16 to 21, 22, who does not know what a freight elevator is, heck, maybe even somebody that's 30 years old, maybe you don't know what a freight elevator is, maybe you've never seen one, you know? I mean, it's just not something that we see all the time unless you're in that area or unless you work around one or whatever, okay? The point is, if they're told to look for an elevator, yeah, go through that kitchen right there. You're going to walk straight. When you get to the end, you're going to make a left, and then you're going to come out, and you're going to find an elevator, okay? Maybe they didn't know they could go through this part right here. Who knows? I don't know. Like I said, maybe they didn't know what the door looked like. Maybe they didn't know what they were looking for. Okay? When you look at this from here, when you're just looking at it, it could look like a door with a bar going across it. You know, like with the push bar. Okay? Like I said, I don't think they knew what I don't think they knew what the elevator looked like. You know, and even if the person said freight elevator, maybe they didn't know what that looked like. Okay, so they're looking for something that resembles an elevator to put Kenneka in. Okay, to take her up to the kitchen. So, all right, so there's that. Okay, and back here is like like a hallway. Okay, like I said, all this stuff connects. Now look, up here there's a camera. Do we have footage of this? No, we don't. We don't have footage of that because apparently the camera was broken. Okay, like along with a lot of other cameras that we really need the footage for. Just so happens that everything that we need and places where Kenneka was, you know, that possibly could have showed something else is broken. But that's why, though. You got to understand that. That's why. That's the other logical explanation for that. They did not want us to know that she got on the freight elevator. You got to understand. This freight elevator isn't something that just anybody can get on. You have to have a key to get on there. All right? The only people that have keys to that would be a manager, security, possibly security, okay? But definitely a manager, all right? And, I mean, we did see Monifa holding something that resembled keys. I know y'all remember that. I mean, do y'all not remember? Because if not, I can gladly refresh y'all's memory. Definitely, Monifa had something that resembled the same keys that the manager had, you know? So these are things, y'all, like I said, we cannot forget these things, okay? It's very important. Now, what I'm trying to show y'all right here is, all right, this is right when you enter the brown doors, okay, that are out by that staircase. You know, the staircase in the bathrooms where we see Kenneka tripping around and stumbling around, right? Okay, if you open up the brown doors, this is where you're at. This is the freight elevator and all that, like I was just showing y'all, okay? Once again, like I said, they could have easily taken that little hallway where the escalator was and the stairs. Okay, they could have taken that. They could have come in here. That could have been a shortcut to get her here. But they didn't. They went around. Once again, somebody told them where to go. Right here is that hallway that I was showing y'all. You know how when you enter the brown doors and you enter that hallway first before you get into the kitchen with the blue and white walls and the red piping? See, red piping? That's right over here. Right here, through this door, through this little entranceway, right here is when you enter the kitchen. Okay, you're entering the kitchen from the side. You're coming up from the opposite end. And some of y'all know where it's at, some of y'all don't. Now, the area where... Okay, you know the camera angle where we see Kenneka walking in through the kitchen? This is the angle that it's coming from. Like if we were to walk in through here, we'd literally come up right up underneath that camera. So when we see employees standing there looking at that board on the wall, it's like a schedule or something, that's where this right here comes up next to. Okay? So you got to understand, all right? There's multiple ways that they could have gone straight to this elevator, but they didn't. All right, they chose to walk all the way around the kitchen, and I assume came out of this side. Okay, now see, there's also a camera up here that points down this hallway. We don't have footage for that either because that camera is broken also. They had a lot of broken footage, a lot of broken cameras in that hotel. But okay, you got to understand. Here's a freezer. Down this hall right here, there's freezers. Down the next hall, it leads into another kitchen. Freezers. Okay? So you got to understand, there's so many places they could have dumped her off at. but they didn't. They went to that one specific kitchen with that one specific freezer. That tells a lot, okay? So you got to understand, my theory still, they came out of here, okay? These chairs, once again, they're blocking stuff. So if you come out, oh, I don't see an elevator. Oh, maybe it's out here. Like I said, maybe they don't know what type of elevator they're looking for, okay? Maybe they walked on out. All right, so when they walked out of that door, let's see if I got a picture of this. When they walked out of that door, when they walked out of these brown doors that's behind this person that's recording that, that's when they came up to this, okay? When you exit out those doors, you come up to this, okay, which is right outside of here. I mean, you're talking about the other side of this kitchen, okay? You got the two entrances, all right? There would be no reason in the world why anybody with a body, with a drunk person, a high person, with somebody that's unconscious, with somebody you're planning on hurting, killing, dumping into a freezer, raping, whatever it is that you're planning on doing, there's no reason. This right here, there's no explanation for this at all, except, once again, they were looking for this elevator. All right, there would be no reason for them to be roaming around in that hallway with those stairs in the bathrooms, okay? And the way that they're all over the place is literally like they're looking for something. They go here. They go over here, okay? They go here. They trip and stumble over the thing. And I feel like, once again, Kenneka was either getting heavy or she could have been trying to still put up a fight, okay? Whatever happens right here, they go into the bathroom, possibly to do something to her or to situate her so they can carry her better. Okay, then they come right back on in here, go on in there, and then next time we see her or them, okay, is when entering the kitchen where the freezer's at. All right, because all the other footage that we had, all the other cameras were broken. All right, the camera on the outside of the kitchen that points to the odd freight elevator and all that, broken. Like I said, I really in my heart feel like they used that freight elevator to take her. In order to do that, you have to have a key. In order to get a key, you have to have an employee give it to you. In order for an employee to give you a key to put a person at, or a dead body, or whatever the situation is, there has to be a connection with you and the employee, right? So you got to understand, there's too many things that still point to the hotel, that point to these people knowing where to put her, knowing where to go, knowing how to do it, how to get there, and all of that, okay? I hope y'all are following me. Like I said, I hope I'm not confusing anyone. I'm trying to just explain to y'all and go over this again the best way that I know how. Okay. Let's see. Let me just make sure that that's all that I was going to show on this part. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it for that. Okay. So the thing is, that's what I wanted to show y'all. I mean, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about is, like I said, I just really wanted to let y'all know what I feel like happened down there. And a lot of y'all already know what I think. Okay. We already know. Most of us are on the same page. We already know that, obviously, I believe Kenneka was killed. Obviously, I believe her friends took her down there. We all know that I don't think she did it by herself. I don't think that this is something she chose to do. Heck no, she didn't. Okay? But I just wanted to show y'all and let y'all know and explain to y'all a little more in depth what I feel like happened and how I feel like they got her there. Okay? And also, like I said, I feel like they were told where to go. Okay? It's not like just something that they chose to do. You have to look at the actions. You have to look at the actions of all of it. You have to look, whether you want to say Kenneka or the people taking Kenneka or whatever, but you have to literally look at all the footage of Kenneka, okay? And you have to look at the actions of Kenneka or whatever they're wanting us to think is Kenneka. You got to look at the actions of that, and you can tell that's not her just running into a wall. She's being pushed. She's being pulled. She's being tugged. She's being fought with, okay? And you also got to put into consideration from the interviews, all right? There's something that I will never forget that Pease said, all right? We got to understand, Pease is the one. What did he say? Kenneka's not no little girl. She ain't no little girl. She ain't gonna just, you can't just walk up to her and just grab her. She's gonna put up a fight, okay? Yeah, I understand you might know her, and that's something that, you might say, but how much of a coincidence is that, knowing what we see? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, also, he sat there and got real in-depth about how on the way to the kitchen is the same way where you park at and the loading dock. How the heck do you know? Like, how would he know all of that? You understand? So, it's too much that doesn't make sense for the story that they want to give us, but it makes sense when you put it in an aspect like this. Like, they literally knew where to go because they were told where to go. They didn't just choose to put her in that freezer. They might have asked to put her in a freezer, but they didn't know about that particular one. Okay? And, like I said, we don't know exactly why. We don't know the reason why. We might never know why this happened to her. I hope that it all comes out. I really do. I pray to God all the time that all of this gets opened back up, that answers are given, and that her family can actually be, they can actually have a peace of mind. I also pray that, Kenneka gets justice and that she can finally rest, because that's really sad that all of this is really right here in front of our faces. We can see very clearly what's going on. We know something's not right. And it's not just me. It's millions of us. This is something that literally, as soon as it happened, that's why it went viral. That's why it blew up. Because we're not dumb. And people saw through it. And we don't all just think this and see this and feel this for no reason. It's because something really happened. And it was something that she didn't do to herself. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, y'all. I've got to get dinner started and everything. But, like I said, y'all leave your comments, feedback below. Like I said, I will be doing this as a live, so, y'all have questions or whatever. If you don't understand, I'll be in the chat to let you know, to help you out. But I love y'all. If y'all want to send me anything, you can do so on my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you'd like through there. All of my links are down below. If you have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And I think that was it. Seems like I needed to tell y'all about something else. I don't know. But anyways, that next video that I put out is going to touch base once again on the fight at the end of the hallway. So don't miss it. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless everybody and stay safe. Have a good night.